Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. This is Dr. Rao. I was listening to PBS News Hour yesterday. That's my routine habit at 5 o'clock Eastern Central Time. I usually watch that hour and I get news from that channel. And there was a segment on climate. They were interviewing an author named Ayana Elizabeth Johnson, Ayana, Ayana Elizabeth Johnson. She wrote a book called What If We Get It Right? It's about the visions of the climate futures. And I think this is the very important, significant book I read on the climate, and I had been uh, with the climate watching till from 1980s, right? Since the 1980s. So very concerned about the future of the earth and our climate. And already we're seeing the toxic weather that all over the world we are seeing more rain, untimely rain, heavy rains, and the cities are getting flooded. Even in Dubai, as a desert area, things are happening. And we know the fires, we know the earthquakes, we know all this that is going on, right? Obviously, someone who enjoys the seasons, who enjoyed the lovely weather as I was growing up. Um, of course, the West was hot, but at least other seasons are very nice. And we have more polluted air and water these days. So we are very concerned about the Earth's climate, actually to the extent planet in peril, we call it, right? So I was very encouraged to read her perspective, her way of dealing with the climate changes was very good. Uh, in a nutshell, what she was saying is, yeah, true, the scientific predictions and all the reports of the based on science are there. They are true, and a lot of them are depressing people. A lot of them are really making them lose all hope, right? It looks like that because most of the people who are polluting and most of the governments who are supporting them are not really getting it, and the people also are not really aware of it. Only when they are personally affected, people are reacting. Otherwise, they're kind of sleeping to the fact that we are at the crisis, right? So we try to bring awareness, we try to bring a lot of knowledge about it, we try to invent a lot of ways to protect the earth. We know the ways, we have the ways, but we are not doing them. Take for example green technology like solar or wind and all that. They're taking off and people are doing them quite a bit, but still we can do a lot more of that, right? Solar, for example, there are so many countries in the world that you have plenty of sun, too much sun, as a matter of fact. And then why we are not taking this into a massive scale? That's what we want to look at, right? So her argument is, yeah, we have a lot of ways that we could help the earth really employ these measures, but we are not doing them that much. So she want to make it easier and simpler for people, which is the what caught me my eye. She was saying everybody can take a three circles she talked about. One circle is about what is that I'm good at, right? And the second circle is about uh, what is that I have access to the measures that we can employ for helping the earth. And what is the third one is like a, uh, oh, so the third one circle is about what is it that I do that gives me joy, right? These three circles intersection. So first determine whatever you are good at, then determine what are the measures available for us to apply for the earth's sake, and then do them that gives you joy. Like for example, you are a gardener and you enjoy planting trees. Go ahead and do that. You know, you are somebody who loves oceans, who loves the rivers, and do all that you can do to protect them. Okay, that becomes your passion, but at the same time, you something you enjoy. So, suppose you are a conservationist like me, I can go to many depths. You know, I don't want to use the plastic. I don't want to waste the rain water. I don't want to really invest in fuel based any industry or any cars or anything like that. So I can choose from those three areas, right? So that's how she has envisioned something that is practical, that is enjoyable, that can be done. She is not saying don't do them, but do them by knowing what you are good at, what you enjoy. So personal choices can be made based on that, and then any thousands of measures are there to help the earth. Okay, and I thought it's my duty to bring that. I'm not. I don't know her personally. I don't have any affiliation, anything like that. I have pure interest in the Earth's, atmosphere, climate. How, as a citizen, we can do something for this. So I thought, not only I will do that way, but also bring in people into the fold of knowing about this book, knowing about the philosophy behind it. Maybe people will take up and then do on their own whatever they can. Okay, they can also find out what is that I'm good at. They can also find out what are the measures that are available that I know of or I should be knowing of. So she gives a lot of resources and all that in the book. And then really do the things that I can do joyfully. You don't want to do it as a punishment or you don't want to do it something you don't like. I thought that was really masterstroke. People can do what they can do if they really enjoy that. Okay, people may do it out of duty. People may do it because they feel like I want a better climate for my children, right? That's one of my motivations too. But I have been doing this since the 80s, and I have been seeing all these governments promise billions of dollars and go back on them, and they don't deliver really. That's our problem. That is the problem. People have examined these issues, found the solutions, and committed money, but never really released the money for the other countries. Okay, where the all the damage is happening now. For example, a country like Bangladesh is kind of submerging into the sea because sea levels are increasing and then their seashores are erosion happen, and we can see it on the Florida, on the Miami, and then we can see it on the west coast. So many things are happening, and I happen to go to rooms that are on Earth and the planet climate and all that, in Clubhouse or LinkedIn, wherever they happen. If I come to know I am free at the time, I usually go there. Okay. I also talk about this with all the people that I know that come to me about questions on several things and how we have to be natural and we have to be protecting the nature. That's what I talk about. So this book I thought I should introduce to you. This is called "What If We Get It Right." That is the title of the book. What If We Get It Right? By the author is Ayana Elizabeth Johnson. Aayana. Ayana Elizabeth Johnson. That's her name. And what if we get it right? That means we could do this. We know so many thousands of ways we could help. And what if we get that right? By doing it with joy, with commitment, with really happiness, and then also we can not drown in our worry about the planet or in our depression about the planet, and also suffering the consequences of the um, out of whack climate, right? Um, Ancients had this real affiliation with the earth. They did not think earth was a resource for them to use and throw it away. What they thought was they're part of that nature. Nature is them. So they were automatically protected the nature. Did the livelihood also like that? Unfortunately, human tribe has taken attitude like the whole earth's resource are for them to consume, and then don't be responsible about regenerating them, renewing them. That's where most of the people who are fighting for the climate and they're trying to conserve the resource of the earth are doing. But the people who are doing are minute compared to the people who are spoiling the earth. So we have to allow the people who are working for the planet to work, but also we have to bring in these people who are not paying attention to what they are doing, maybe knowingly unknowingly is causing damage to the climate of the earth, right? Once you understand that, then we can bring more people. So simple things: don't use plastic, or don't waste rainwater, gather it and use it. Do the composting at home, and have the organic food and eat it too. And plant a tree, protect the trees, and things like that. Actually, the millennia kids, they are pretty good with this. They are more aware of what is happening to the earth, what are things that we could do, how we can change, right? So they're very smart about it. So that's a real good hope. And with the work like this, where you bring in the joy, bring in what you are good at, and also what are the things that we could do, we have the accessibility. Choose one of them that is accessible to save the earth and do that. I thought it's my duty to come and talk about this book. Nobody told me about it. I just feel as a citizen of the globe, citizen of the earth, it is my responsibility to do that. And also, I enjoy earthly atmosphere, the flowers, the wind, the shade of the tree, the fruits and the vegetables, and all those things, and the variety of animals, variety of human beings. A wonderful planet. I don't think there's another heaven up there. This is heaven, and we are kind of, whether knowingly, unknowingly, causing or contributing to the damage of the earth. Okay, it's not enough if you say I don't know, because the damage is something we cannot afford. See, it's like this. We are in a plane where all the upcoming developing economies on the back seat, and the developed economies at the front in the first class. But if the bottom of the back seats go down, we are also going to go down with them. So the thing is, we got to be responsible about helping those countries that cannot afford to do these measures by giving them monies, giving them technology, giving them know-how of how to use the safe technology. So one good example is solar power. Okay, another example is wind power. And then we could do a lot more with some of the technologies came up through the Earth shot of the Prince Philip did that one time. So Prince Charles, I think Prince Charles had done it. It is very, very wonderful. Those kind of measures, right? I always thought we should do at our individual. And now, philosophically coming, I happen to quote this in several rooms which I go to, the earth-related rooms. My thing is what J. Krishnamurti said once. He said, you see, it is a question of awareness of what is happening with the earth, what is our part in it, how we are really not paying attention to it. There should be a revolution in the consciousness of man, in the awareness of the man. And then he will be able to participate and do his own things that can help the earth. I think that's very true. Unless you feel inside, and then you really recognize the danger that the earth is posed in, and see the root cause of human activity, and you can change that human activity only by inner awareness of this problem. So there should be a revolution in the awareness of this state of affairs that are going on. And it's not a normal thing. You can replace this back, and we can really implode from your own our own consumption. That's why I always quoted the ancient life, which said simple outward living. That means less consumption, more conservation, and inner deep thinking, rich thinking, inner awareness of the factors of life that are going on outside of me, outside of my family, outside of my society, but all over the world. There's only one planet. We are all only one. So once you understand that, it's much easier. So I thought I should come up here and present you that book, and hopefully you'll all buy and read it. And also, more importantly, more than buying and reading it, implement what she suggested there. Again, once again, the three circle Venn diagram that she gave us. One circle, the first circle is about what I'm good at. I can find out what I'm good at, and I'm good at talking to people, sharing what I feel, and all that. That's why I'm doing it. And then, what are the measures that were there? You can choose conservation water, or really not burning, fossil fuels, or putting the trees up, all those things, right? So those things are there. I can do, and then I enjoy doing all that. So the cross section of this is okay, what I do best, what are the methods to do are available, and also what are the joyful things among them for me to do. So this cross section is where we want to really do stuff. Okay, more than reading the book, get this message and then implement. But it is good if we can go and participate with her with all the other measures that she has given a lot of good resources that you could find out what is going on in the world or in the neck of woods, your neck of woods, what's going on, what are the conservation measures that is going on in my community, who is planting trees, who is conserving water, who is encouraging solar power, who is encouraging wind power, who is against this fossil fuel, and who is fracking, all those things, right? So you don't have to be political either. You just understand this situation is ours, all of ours, and participate in that spirit. Hopefully, that is simple enough for many of people, and they react positively for that. Anybody wants to talk to me about this? Come up and tell me what do you think about this book, spirit, and the message that she is trying to convey. I was so happy. I haven't been this happy about any book on climate in the last few years, probably. So there are many people who are working on the nature, but then the politicians, the oil executives, so many big people with the resources are continue to damage the earth in many ways. There are evolved technologies, so many like a solar power or wind power or batteries, all these are coming up and people are working very hard. So you can see that wing, that kind of energy is going in. But then the other energy is how we can be rampant consumer and how we can pay attention to nothing, even the plastic bags. That's a simple thing, right? That the I think recently the uh, uh, U.S. government sued that company which is producing the plastic and had been lying about it that it can be degradable or something, and they sued on that point that they are still they lied and they're continually lying about that plastic can be recyclable. It's not. And it is kind of health point of view. We are finding fibers of the plastic in babies' tummies. See, plastic is going from the sea, it goes to the water, and then evaporates, and then comes back into the rainwater, and rainwater also polluted, and then the rivers are polluted, and our drinking water has the plastic, and that's how it's going into the baby's tummies. So it's a horrible thing, but people are not being aware or people are not paying attention. So one simple thing is don't use plastic in any form. Or if I cannot do all the forms, at least when you go to the grocery shop, take a cloth bag, go and get all your groceries in the cloth bag, and that way you will not contribute to the accumulation of plastic. Elimination may be impossible, but at least we don't have to contribute to the cause that is causing this pollution, right? So I can get excited about these things. I'm sorry about that, because I really feel that we are about to do way more than what we are doing to help our planet. Ours is only one earth. Krishnamurti used to say, our beautiful earth, sir, is only one earth. We can hold it in our hands and look at the globe as one, and all of us are one. So if you can understand and then participate like we have a responsibility to our Mother Earth, I think it's really wonderful. Okay, so anybody has any comments, you can come up and talk about it, and I'll be happy to listen to you. If you have any questions on the book or on the where to buy, I got it on the Amazon Kindle. I think it is available now. The moment I heard and I liked the message, I went to the Amazon and downloaded the book, and I read it, and I got the essence of it, and I thought I'm going to present this in my rooms, and also whichever room I go to talk about this, I'll talk about this. I've been doing that from morning. So I'm telling people, come and listen to this, and then read the book. And I think Doris asked me to send the book, so I did send her that. So that book is very, very good. Maybe I can post it here. I don't know. See. Hmm. Okay. Anyway, I put it with Doris site also, but independent. But otherwise, you can just go to the Amazon and look for this author, Ayana Elizabeth Johnson, and you can get the book. Okay. Thank you, and hopefully we can chat about it later. And I will see you again as I see the time coming up. Okay. Bye bye.